Hey, welcome back to the Big Rand Show. As always, thanks for joining me, and let's get right to it. Well, in this episode, we're going to talk about the whole mess going on in the NFL. For some reason, you have a lot of people crying and whining and pissing and moaning because some players in the NFL are kneeling during the national anthem. And I just wanted to take a short second to sit here and discuss this situation and maybe create a little dialogue. You can put your comments down below and we can have a little debate about this. Now, personally, let me give you my personal opinion and then I'll discuss the rest of the situation. Personally, I believe that people have the right to protest, and sure, these people are employees of the NFL and the teams that they're on, but at the same time, they are Americans, and if their employer allows them to show some form of protest, even though I know the NFL rulebook strictly forbids, political, displays of politics and things like that. But apparently the NFL has decided that this particular protest can go through and can be allowed to happen. So my belief is that these people have the right to protest. If their employers are allowing them to protest and saying that they, or whatever, that's fine. It's also within the employer's purview, as in Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys, who happens to be, the owner of my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. He has the right there again to tell players, hey, if you step out of line, we will bench you. I think that's well within his rights as well as a business owner and things like that. But these people, the issue that I've seen are these people are crying and whining that these people are taking a knee during the national anthem, saying they're disrespecting the national anthem, they're disrespecting the flag, they're disrespecting this, they're disrespecting veterans, this and that, and this and that, and let's cry and whine and piss and moan some more. But the fact is, people have fought and died for our right to protest. Whether or not other people agree with our form of protest, we all have the right to protest as we see fit. Personally, you would never see me take a knee during the national anthem, during the pledge, or during any kind of thing involving trying to supporting the country. That's just how I was raised. That's just me. Okay? That is my viewpoint. As well as I'm kind of disabled, kind of can't get on. I couldn't kneel if I wanted to. You wouldn't see me doing it anyway. Because that's how I show my support for those who have fought and died. Do I think it's an effective form of protest? No. I do not think it's an effective form of protest, simply because of the fact that it's not doing anything to further the cause. The cause is supposed to be, talking about police brutality against, black individuals and things like that. Black people being gunned down by, officers of the law, even if they're unarmed. Now, you can go back and look at the numbers, and of course the numbers are a little skewed differently. There's it was roughly some 700 white people were killed by police officers in 2016, some 233 or 288. I got the number a little confused in my head, but right before I got here to this point of the video, but about a little over 200, somewhere over 200, between 200 and 300 black individuals were killed by police. Now, this doesn't talk about how many of those were unarmed, but that's what I got from the data from the Washington Post that they released earlier this year. But if you look at the overall the population, as per the population, the percentage is higher of black individuals being killed by police than white individuals, and that is what this protest is about. Now, here's the thing. The protest is great, but there's something I think that, I understand what Black Lives Matter is all about. I understand what they're trying to say. Okay? I understand that there's a longer history of black people being oppressed and killed by police and killed by white people and things like that in this country. And I regret that's part of our history, but it is part of our history. It is what it is, and we can't change it. All we can do is improve. But from what I've seen the last few years when it comes to gun violence and people being shot by police, especially when it comes to unarmed people being shot by police, it's been fairly even when it comes to the unarmed people being shot by police. You know, white people are being gunned down by police sometimes, black people are too. Either way you go, it's regrettable and it's sad and it shouldn't happen. It's wrong. And I think the argument needs to be, instead of this us versus them, white versus black, you know, we need to talk about the few bad cops, the few cops that actually do these things unjustifiably. You know, the ones that do it in an unjustifiable way. Because not every shoot is a good shoot. Not every shoot is clean. And sometimes there should be repercussions. But at the same time, we're framing the argument wrong. The argument is completely framed wrong. When you sit there trying to make it between whites and blacks, or Hispanics versus, you know, or anything. When you're making it race versus race, you're missing the point. The point is these are Americans that are unarmed and having their lives taken away by people that for some reason decide they deserve to die, even if they don't have a weapon on them or they don't even see a weapon on them. You know, and so that is, it's not proper. You know, it's not right either way you go. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bash police, because I believe deep down, I believe that all police are out there to do a job. And I believe most of them do their job. I'd say 99% of them do their job without fail properly every day. Every day they go out to work. They put their lives on the line. They protect us from, you know, from violent criminals the best they can. And they're on the front lines on the streets getting shot at by criminals on a daily basis. So I have no hate for police. I believe police lives matter. I believe black lives matter. I believe white lives matter. Now, people are going to get mad at me because that's the thing these days. Let's be triggered over everything. But in the end, the fact is all lives matter. And that does not mean, me saying all lives matter does not mean I'm saying that black lives don't matter, or that I don't understand the connotations of what, you know, why Black Lives Matter is there, and why it's a thing. I understand the racism. I understand what has taken place. Okay? I may not understand it on a personal level, you know, because I have not really been attacked on the basis of my race. I have been attacked, though, on the basis of my abilities. I've been attacked on the basis of the fact that I have muscular dystrophy and I can't walk. I get attacked by people every time I leave my house. It seems like there's always somebody with a stare or a comment, you know, or somebody on Facebook or social media with some kind of snide comment about me being disabled. And I understand that's not the same because no one's trying to kill me over it. But do you not think that it terrifies me if I get stopped by a police officer because of my slow reactions? I don't move that quick, and when I get yelled at or if I'm getting hollered at, I'm moving even slower. My reaction time is terrible, and I am scared to death that one of these days they're going to think that because I'm moving slow, I'm not listening, and they think they're going to think I'm reaching for a gun or something. It scares me to death because I am in a situation where I am not necessarily in complete control of how my body functions. You know, I can drive my car and that's great. You know, I have the reaction time to do that. But if I have someone screaming at me, I have a very hard time reacting and getting my body in the position it needs to be. And because of the way I move at times, that could scare somebody or trigger, you know, a police officer to think that I'm trying to do something violent, which isn't the case. And that's the last thing I want. So at the end of the day, I believe that it all matters. But I think people are missing the point, and I think we're framing it wrong. I think it truly needs to be framed that, you know, that all these lives matter. You know, a police officer being shot, that matters. And an unarmed individual being shot and killed matters. You know, they all matter. I don't care their race. I don't care if they're a black man, a white man, Hispanic man, Native American, Asian. I don't care. I don't care if they're police officers, civilians, military personnel, whatever. No American deserves to lose their life. You know, especially in that manner. No one deserves to be shot to death for doing nothing wrong. And that's just my thought on that point. But that's really what the protest is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about, these players are trying to, protest police brutality and police shootings of unarmed black individuals. And you've asked me, I understand the plight and I understand their protest. Do I support the idea of protesting during the national anthem? No. Do I think people should be boycotting the NFL over it? No. Do I think the people that are crying and whining over the protest are snowflakes and crybabies? Sure. That's my opinion. I'm tired of these safe spaces, as I've said in other videos. I'm tired of safe spaces for everybody on all sides. It's about time that we get a little stronger here in America. Quit being so quick to be triggered and offended by everything. And maybe if we took a second to look deep down into why they're protesting and what they're protesting, maybe, just maybe, we'd understand their point of view. Anyhow, y'all have a great day. I hope y'all are having a good Thursday, since this video is supposed to go up on Thursday. And y'all have a great day.